quotation marks, but you can just query them. So now I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to run this. So now we have selected all the columns from customers, and we have set a condition where the state is California. So only customers that are from California is what we're seeing here. That makes any sense. And city, and city equals to Los Angeles. Yeah. Okay. So now we added another condition to our workflow. We want all the customers that are from California and only those that are in the city of Los Angeles. So we need to grade them. You can see their 58. That's basically it from where we stop last week. We did an order by, I can also show you the order by here. Order by, order by, we need to order by postal code. Postal code is the only thing that looks a bit, like you understand the thing order by that. So we're going to order by postal code. You can see it's now ordered by postal code. If you see it is um ascending. It's ascending by default. Order by, like I said last week, is ascending by default. So you can, as you can see, all of them are ordered by postal code. The highest number is at the bottom. If you want to change this default, just write differently. I think that's basically all we covered. Maybe select top, just select top 10. You can say select top 10 everything. Select top of everything. So that's it. So that's that for last week. So now let's move into today's topic. Today we're going to be learning some aggregation. Let me see if we have a better table to assist us. Let's select all from orders. No, I come back to master. Let's change this to teaching from order. This is the order by. I mean, this is the order table. Order table. We have order ID. We have order date. We have ship date. We have ship load, customer ID, product ID, sales, quantity, discount, and profit. We're going to perform some aggregations in our order table. The first aggregation we're going to do, we're just going to count how many. I'm going to count how many rows we have in our order table. To do that, we want to count how many. We'll just go to the, we're going to do it in the select system. Select count, count. I'm going to open a bracket. Select count after everything from orders. We're just trying to select, we're just trying to count everything in the order table. It will give us the, it will give us the total count of each row. We have 1,000. We have 1,000 orders, basically 1,000 unique order IDs in this table. To select count everything, this is basically the syntax for counting. To just like count something. We can also decide to um let me do it first quickly. Yeah, if you can see the table. So we can also use a calling name. We can use a calling name. Okay, I think in SQL, double quote, you usually just use single quote for, you usually just use single quote for querying strings. Double quotes and single quotes, and you can entertain them only, I think in Python. It cannot, I don't think you can use double quotes to reference strings in SQL. That aside, like I was saying, you can just query a table, let's just quantity. You can query it with a column, um, select count quantity. You still give you 1,000. Do you understand? We're not counting the columns, we're basically counting the rows. We want to know the total amount, that total amount of records that is in our table. You can just use a count of everything, you can just select the column. I believe that's enough. So you have a question, you can always put that. Okay, okay. So we continue. The first one count. The second one is sum. I'm going to do a sum. I'm going to do a sum. So I'm going to find the total sum of the field. We have a field column, so we can find the total field we probably had for, okay, this other date is like, it doesn't give us it. I think for maybe for 5 years, so between 2014, 2012. Anyway, so we're going to find the total field we got in this amount of time. So select sum. For this one, you have to specify. You have to specify the only we want to show that. Select sum. So select sum. So select sum. The offline data type barker. Oh wow. It seems like our field is not a time, it's not an integer. Like I said before, you can find out the issue of your query from the error messages that is being shown. From this error message, you can see that they're saying what's the operand data type, barker, is invalid for a sum operator. Barker, I've not covered this because I feel like it's not the first thing that you might really want to know. It's basically theory, but varchar is a data type in SQL. It's like strings. You don't have strings in SQL. We don't call them strings. We call them varchar or char, meaning variable character or character, basically. So it's what this error message is saying is that our table, the sales column was the data type they used for the sales column was Vaka. It's not an integer. So we cannot like perform any, just like how we cannot add alphabets together and get a result. That's basically what they're saying. What you're dealing with are alphabets, so the sum operator cannot work on it. Anyway, so let me just go back. Let me know what we're going to do about that. I think this is the proper ink table. I'll have to open the table, but I'm not the syntax in there. Let me do select sum. Let me see the profit. Versus okay, the profit is an int. So what are the profit? So select sum of the profit. So this is total profit they've had over the period of time in the record, over that period of time from the date column. So the profit they've made is 15,970, probably dollars because they're mainly United States. They have many United States customers. So that's basically for the sum aggregate, the sum aggregation for operators, some operators sound better. So we're going to go to math. Since we only have profit as the int table, we'll use the profit. So yeah, this is the max profit. What a max does is it just gives you the maximum record. Like what is the highest someone has paid over these years that are present, and that's exactly what it's giving us. $1,379 is the highest order they've sold, the highest amount they've sold for an order. Basically. Do you have any questions? Let me know. Just go. So any questions? I'll try to see it in the chat. So now we've done count, we've done sum, and we've also done math. So we're going to go to main. This is like the basic of this aggregation or these operators. These are the basics. You can just select count. But when you want to do other complex things, you need to add another clause. But let's continue with this ones that we're learning. Select mean of profit. The minimum amount is minus 3839. This minus 3839 means we probably had a loss that year or that period. So this is lowest um the lowest profit. I don't know if I call it profit, but it's definitely a loss. This is the lowest they've had. That's what the mean has given us. So now let's go back to our table. Go back to our full table. Back to our table. I don't know. Let's see if we can do the same for this one. Just to check if it is also um or change data type. Okay, we have two input data types now. We have the discount and we have profit. So the sum of discount they had 155 to back. I hope you're all failing and it's not there's nothing.
Well, we are doing absolutely fantastic. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. So the next aggregation we're going to learn is the average. You already know what average means. It's like the sum of all the records divided by the number of all the records. That's what that means to. So like I was saying, we're going to do the average and we're going to do it with our int columns. Our columns that have int data type. Like I said, you cannot perform some numeric operator. You cannot use some numeric operators on a varchar data type column. So some of the numeric operators you might have already guessed some, maybe max and min. I don't think I use max and min for worker, but some max, min, average, you want to use them only, you most likely will only have to use them on int, on a column that is of int data type. So we're going to continue using our discounts and profits, and I believe quantity should also be there. So let's do quantity. The average quantity. This is the average quantity of the average quantity of probably goods, or okay, average quantity of orders that they've had during that year. We're still doing during that year. Okay, I remember saying I will show you something with the workflows. I'll show you something with the workflows where you are querying like a date. So I'm going to select all from orders, where dates, probably order date, where order dates. Now let's start answering some maybe business questions. So now we want to check all the orders. We want to check all the orders that came in during maybe in the year 2013. So that's what we're going to do now. We're selecting all from orders where order date equal to 2013. The format of this order date of this table is okay. Let me see if I can use this format. Though normally when you're querying a date table in SQL, it follows this format: 13, 01, 01. Let me see if this will work. Doesn't work. Okay. Let me show you a specific date. That's weird. This is not a format. Okay, I guess we just have to follow what you just have to follow this the way it is here. Now if you want to let's go back to Google and check something basically. So when you are doing a lot of programming, you Google is your best friend, basically. You will find yourself always being on Google because there's some things you just don't know by heart, or some things that you just don't retain. Like me now, I've forgotten how to query the month, just how to query the year in a date table. So we're just going to search for it. How to query query year from date table, from date holiday. Extract. Okay. SQL, please. SQL.
It will be good if you go to a particular SQL platform you're using. That's for you to put that Microsoft SQL. So, because there are the different types they have some varying formats for it.
Yeah, you're right. You can do that, and you can be more specific. But you can also just use SQL. They'll probably like this now. If you use SQL Server, you can use the year or date part function. Use my SQL, and you can just see a lot of other things. But yes, you're right. If you want to be very specific, you should just specify the one you're working with. But I think the year one has worked for us. So I use the year to extract. I don't know. This one is like we're extracting a year from a date. Uh, okay, let's try it. Where order dates? Okay, let's see here. Where year order dates equal to 2013. Let's see if this will work. Woo! And we have it here. I always like searching Google because when I'm able to walk around an issue just satisfying, and now I just have it in my head now. So yes, we can do this. Where the year of the order date is equal to 2013, and now we have only orders that in 2013. So we just answered a business question. If they ask you, oh, we want all the orders, want to know all the orders, or give us records of all the orders in the year 2013, you can able to spool it just using this script, this SQL script. So
Melody,
now, yeah,
sorry, what does the year? The year is it a function or what in the SQL?
yes, it's like a function SQL. Like I said, we went on Google to see how to, get the year from a date column. So they gave us this function year. You can see it's even enclosed. When you use functions in your MS SQL, I mean, and your MS SQL, it will be this color. So yes, this here is a function in SQL. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes. So now we're going to see if we can answer some more questions. Let's say we asked to select all the records where the year is 2013 and uh, and the ship mode was first class. And the ship mode was first class. All we have to do is just add another condition to our where clause. You can, and the where clause is very good because you can keep adding conditions and conditions and conditions. So it's a very handy one. So let's add the where clause and ship mode. Ship mode. You can see this bracket that my sense is just helping me with. It's just trying to make sure that because they are separated, I don't think it likes that. If I should remove these brackets now, I should remove these brackets now, it will throw an error because it doesn't like that. Oh, these two things are separated. So let's go back to the brackets. A ship mode equal to, remember we have to include this in a single quote. A ship mode equal to first class. First class. So now we've answered yet another one. We have all the orders for 2013 having ship class or ship mode as first class. So if they now ask us to find the sum of all the sales, what is the sum of all the sales that we got for the year 2013 with ship mode first class? You'd have done all these ones. When you have this record, you can now be like sum. Okay, so we have forgotten. Let's say sum of all the profits because sales is not an int data type. Let's use profit. The sum of all the profits. I will change that later on. Let me not try to change it now. Profits. And this is it. We know now we've been able to find the sum of profits from the year 2013 with ship mode as first class. So that's a good one. I think I will save this one, or I will save this one for maybe reference in next class. I'll just leave it. Let's come back here and do like select all from orders. So if like you've probably seen me do, if I just want to select a particular thing, I can just highlight it and then execute. and to execute only things I selected. So now we're going to just leave this one here as a reference probably for next questions. So now let's see if we can answer more business questions. Probably better still with okay. Let me finish with the aggregations I was teaching you. So now we have sum. We can do sum of all the profits. Okay, you can still answer some more business questions. We can do sum of all the profits for each ship mode. I don't know if you got my question. We're going to calculate the sum of all the profits. Let's use a particular year also for 2014. Sum of all the profits for 2014, grouped by each ship mode. Do you understand? When I create, probably you understand it better. So I'm going to select all from others, like we've already done. What's the first thing we do? I don't know if you remember, but the first thing we do is try to get the year first. This is basically debugging and or just breaking down an algorithm. This is where your knowledge of knowledge of working with algorithms can come in handy, because when you have a problem, you don't want to panic. You want to first think of the problem. What is the first thing you want to get? They're asking you for a particular this. It sounds big, but if you start breaking them one by one, it becomes easy. So we're going to do where year, order date, order date is equal to 2014. So now from here, we've broken down the problem a bit. Now we have all the orders for 2014, and they're also asking us for the sum of the profits. They're also asking us for sum of all the profits. We're just going to do this sum of profits. Sum of profits. We can decide to run this. Let me see. Run this. And we'll get all the sum. But now we want to group by. Oh, no, we have to. Really? So annoying. Okay, what are we going to do now? Let me change the sum. Let me just get everything so that we can be seeing what we're doing. Because when you're seeing it, I find that it's better. Okay, so yes. We know this query works. So now we want to now group by. Now I'm introducing you to our next clause, the group by clause. The group by what the group by does is that it groups aggregates. It's usually used with aggregates. That's number one. You have to be aggregating something before you can use a group by clause. So it groups your aggregates based on a particular column. Most of the times, it groups it by a column that is duplicated, that has duplicates on it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but first you need to have something you're aggregating, then you need to have a column that basically you want to group by with. So now let's continue. So we're going to go to the group by always comes after a where. If you have you cannot say select from then group by. No, the syntax is select, then from, then where, then group by. Remember, we did the order by clause last week, and we also said the order by clause comes after a where. But now that we have a group by, when you have a group by, the order by will come after a group by. When you have a where, you have a group by, then followed by an order by. So order by usually comes last. But if there's no group by, it will always still come last. Do you understand? So where year is 2014. So now we're going to group by. I'm going to group by. What did you say? We wanted to go by ship mode. We're going to go by ship mode. Let us select let us select the ship mode column also, just so that we can see it. So now we've selected a sum and a ship mode. When you have an aggregate like this, and you also have a column that is not aggregating, that column that is not part of the aggregate has to be in the group by clause. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If we have ship mode here, and then we have something like ship mode, do we have another VACA? Let's say sales. Sales is VACA. They say it's VACA, but it doesn't look like VACA. But if you have something like customer ID, let's say customer ID. If you have something like customer ID, and you just leave it like this, it will throw an error. The orders to customer ID is invalid because it is not also in the group by clause. So if you're going to do this, the customer ID also has to be in the group by clause, but we're not using customer ID now. I'll probably show you that later. Let's just use ship mode just so we can see what we're doing. So exactly. So now we've been able to answer this second business question by using the group by clause. We've been able to find out the total profits of orders or total profits of orders in the year 2014. Remember, by ship mode. So so we know that we have, we have
Sorry. I did we lose Melody?
Sorry guys, I didn't know my internet has died. So did I go out for a long time? I don't know if
Yes, you're actually out for a long while, but just um, just continue from. We were talking about order by and group by.
Okay, okay. I'll show my screen. Let's go back to this. Okay. Are you serious? I was out for that long. I'm sure you guys didn't see when I queried this one. Hello?
You saw this one.
Yeah, we saw this.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I was talking about order by. I said order by always comes last and group by comes before order by. So I think we now query this. And I was saying this is our second business question that we've answered just by using the few statements and clauses and operators that we've already, gotten familiar with. Select all. So now we're going to check another. We're going to check another. We're going to check another table that I have here for you guys. We have products. So this is everything in the products category, the product table. I don't know why I cannot connect to my Bluetooth. Sorry, let me just try one more time. Oh, okay. So I'll say that the time is 7:10. When would you like me to stop? Hi, Ugo. Can you hear me?
The voice is actually faint.
I did say that.
The voice isn't very clear anymore.
Okay, okay. Hi, okay. How about now? My voice clear?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. So I was saying that that the time is 7:11. I could kind of pass the time I'm supposed to continue. So I was like, should I to continue or do you have a specific time you want me to stop? Or is stopping now okay? I was writing this to you, Ugo. Can you guys hear me?
Mel, we can hear you. You're doing great.
I was doing this. I was asking a question. Ugo, I was asking a question.
There's actually a lot of noise here. You can see I'm trying to manage this way and at the same time. So I probably did not hear, but I'm going to use my headphone. Sorry. Please go ahead. What did you ask?
I was asking if I should still continue or if the time is already passing.
No. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we still have about 10 minutes.
Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the workload. Just some little what I say operators, like a little condition here. Because in Python, we call them conditional operators. Like either or and, but we select, not sure what's for, but we're going to go visit the word clause again. We're going to say select or from product, which is product table, and where 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 a category like this is like this like is another operator, operator, but it's another condition, yeah, just like and on or. You can say where category equals to, we use equal to several times, like here, where order date, the year of the order date is equal to this, where this ship mode is equal to this. We've also learned greater than and less than in the last part. So this one we're going to learn the like. So where category is like, we're basically trying to look for a particular character that a particular character. Okay, let me use this instance. Let's say I want to search for someone's name, but I cannot recall what the person's surname is. Like I don't know the exact thing. I can just be like where name like this, and then to just pull all the records for me, and then I can use my eyes to see it. So that's what this slide is trying to help with. If you don't really know the specific thing you want to, you don't really know the specific thing you want to query. So let's say where category like this is category coding is like you will have with the like clause you have to use something we call wildcards. You have to use things that we call wildcards in SQL. So this yeah, it goes with string of course. So when you use this percent, this is what we know as percent. When you use this percent, it's like a wildcard in SQL that means everything. This is what it means. Just like how I'm trying to explain it in a way that you'd understand it. Let me just write everything. Maybe after writing, you'll understand. So let's say four. So, let's see if anything that you have. Okay, let's do this. So what this, let me say this. Be sure I'm saying that. So what this means is that we are trying to query a character in category column that is like four. But now we have a wildcard with it. That means this wildcard means everything starting from starting from where it is placed. Hmm. So this is like, let's say this is everything now. This is the beginning. If we now add four in front of it, it means that four is in front of everything. Do you understand? It means like we're looking for a character that has four as the beginning of any other thing. I don't know if you guys understand. Okay, so if we have this now, if we have the character and four is at the back, that means we want everything and four that has four at the ending. Do you understand? We are looking for a character that looks like four, but the four is at the ending because we have everything in front and then four. If we have like a wildcard like this, it means that we're looking for a character that has four in it, but four should be in the middle. The four should be in the middle. If you guys don't understand, I can really take it again. So now this four, it means four is the beginning, followed by any other thing else. So if four is behind like this, it means four is at the ending, before and after any other thing else. If the character is the wild card, I don't know what the wild card is, but I know the wild card. If it's like this, it means where four is in the middle. You guys understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So that's it. So now we what we did is that um we queried we looked for we queried the everything in the product table that has category with four is in front. So it's not food furniture. Basically, it's really furniture that's here. So we kind of knew that really furniture that was there because I saw it. Okay, let's do this one. So I guess understand. Sub sub subcategory. Yeah, subcategory. Right. Where sub? I don't know why you named this. Let's look at it. Where sub? Where subcategory? Oh, where is inclusive? Where subcategory like um let's say like yes. Now if you want yes to be at the ending, I just say this. As you can see, it now starts giving us things like cases, tables, phones, appliances, phones, because all the things have ES at the ending. I think this will make it make sense now. They have ES at the ending. So just the same way, if you want everything that starts with A and maybe ES and ends with ES, you can do this. You start doing of appliances, accessories, you know. Only appliances and accessories, so they're the only two things in the subcategory that starts with an A and ends with an ES. So that's basically it for the like operator. For the like operator. Um the next I think I'm trying to be very cautious not to overstay, not to overstay at all. So since we're still in the workflows, we're going to just quickly learn the last one and then I think that should be it. So we're going to select all from products what are we going to select? Let's of category. What we're trying to learn is the in operator. Um, we want to so if you want to query how do I explain this one now? Um, let's say I want to find if the if the subcategory column has a specific thing in mind. Let's say you have something, or let's say you are probably you're working in this store, and then you are one, and a customer comes to you and asks, in your product, do you guys have, um, which subcategory would I say now? Do you have gadgets? Do you have gadgets here? Do you have gadgets in the store? So you can just use the in operator, sorry, the in operator to check your subcategory if this name is present in it. So that's basically what this in does. So you go to if I speak gadgets, I don't know about this, but they say select all from product where subcategory. This is the syntax where the column in what you're looking for. It doesn't sound normal because normally you want to know where if the gadget is in the column. But for SQL, it's easy. Column is in the gadget, is in what you're looking for. So you use this bracket, or you can not, you can use the bracket. So now query this. As you can see, we don't have any product that has subcategory as gadget. That's basically what the in operator does. But I know that we have one for appliances. So we check this quickly and we list out all the subcategory that has appliances in them. I hope this is clear, kind of. Let me just do this again with another. Let me do this with my last table. Let's go. Um, check all from customer. Let's just do the table. Okay, great. Where, where, um, where, okay. So let's say you want to quickly query, you quickly want to query customers, or your boss just immediately asks you, oh, I want all the customer records that have that are in this and this state. Instead of instead of you can decide to do where state equals to this and something else and state equals to this. You can just also do where state in. Let's say you want to query for Florida. And you also want to query for Utah. Just do this. You bring out you all the customers that stay in or that are based in Florida and Utah. And that is where I call it a day. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask. Hmm, I think what I can do for every person is maybe give you, I'll just give you the CSV file of one of the tables and just ask simple questions and see how you can query them. And maybe in the next session, you can just share your screen and tell us how you were able to query them, just so you can get your hands dirty with SQL. I will that be okay by everyone?
Yeah, that's absolutely great, Mel. Absolutely.
Okay.
So it means the first part of next week, we will use it to practice this. But just in case you have not set up your SQL on your laptop, please reach out to me. I could help you, just guide you probably on a Zoom call and it will set it up. So you could either set up SQLite, or if your laptop is as strong as Mel's own, you can set up Microsoft SQL Server. Personally, because of the requirements of having a server backend running on the same laptop, I probably will advise SQLite so that you don't crash your laptop. But you can see Mel's laptop is like a machine. I'm even envying her. You know? So yeah. So I know I used to have my SQL on my laptop stored with exam as the like server engine, but it was taking a lot of resources, so I pulled it. I started using SQLite. So if your system also is complaining, then you can always use SQLite. SQLite also has